Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Inmates get actually fed better than my daughter does, and that's pretty sad. And we're paying for their food, and I'm paying for my daughter's food, and she's not getting fed as well.
Concerned parents of the Wahpeton School District took to social media showing those pictures of moldy food and hamburger buns with nothing in them. They contacted our whistleblower hotline asking for help. Valley News Team's Rosa Itzkovitz speaks to parents, former students, and the superintendent about the issue and what's being done about it.
With the bun not having any meat in it, that's ridiculous.
An empty sandwich, moldy applesauce. A Wahpeton Middle School 8th grader recently texted her mom these photos.
These kids need to eat to think straight in school.
The anonymous mother says this is not the first time she's hearing about it, though she didn't keep the other pictures.
She sent me a picture of moldy cheese one day, and then a hot dog that had a green spot on it one other day, and they told her that she had to eat it. It was just a discoloration.
School Superintendent Rick Jacobson says as far as the empty bun goes, the school should be held accountable.
Never do we ever turn away a kid. If we run out of food, it's always our responsibility to feed them. And if we do run short of something, which it can happen, then it's our responsibility to make an alternative meal.
I've had moldy milk, I've had moldy food. I've gone days without eating because of the school's food.
Meanwhile, former students tell me they're not surprised to hear about mold in the school's food.
Charges me 30-some cents, but I didn't want to pay for a milk that was moldy and have to replace a new one.
Another former student adding one time she received an empty milk carton and was charged $1. To that, Superintendent Jacobson says the school would have easily replaced the food.
There's no way in the world we would ever make a kid eat something of that quality. It's just, they might look at it and they think it is, it's not. There's no way. Our cooks are trained in it. It's just not going to happen.
The superintendent also tells me he wishes parents would have come to him instead of posting to social media first. In Wahpeton, Rosa Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
The superintendent says he met with the main cook about the empty bun, and that person didn't recall running out of food that day. He says the school meets with cafeteria staff once a month and believes they're doing all they can to keep kids safe from eating bad food. As mentioned, this story was brought to our attention through the whistleblower hotline. So if you would like us to look into an issue, call 237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. We're getting used to the nice days and the mild temps, but change is coming in the near future. For right now, though, Hutch, what's happening tonight?
Well, we have clear skies, quiet conditions, and once again, some of us will see areas of patchy fog develop, just like they did this morning and yesterday, as we have temperatures in the 20s now that will succumb to the teens as we head to bed tonight. Light and variable winds will allow that fog to set up as we go into the overnight hours. Up north in Grand Forks, mid-teens by bedtime tonight. Light winds from the west under crystal clear skies. I think the best chance of fog, by the way, Andrea, from the Red River Valley and points east as we go through the overnight hours, the way things are looking tonight. We'll keep you updated on a significant weather-making system heading our way, coming up here in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
A number of people who are out and about are wanted by Fargo police. They're trying to track them down. These are people of interest regarding separate crimes. If you know who any of these people are, officials urge you to leave a message on their tip line. You can remain anonymous. That number is 241-5777. You can get a closer look at these photos on our website, valleynewslive.com. Police have found a person of interest connected to an early morning domestic situation. Grand Forks officials responded to the 1200 block of 39th Street North around 7 o'clock last night after a caller said he saw a man beat a woman and then drive away. The victim was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Police haven't arrested anyone yet, but they are still investigating. Residents in Grand Forks have spoken. Survey results say a majority of residents are opposed to consolidating and closing North End elementary schools. After a contentious public forum about a month ago, over 500 surveys were filled out to gauge public input on what to do with aging elementary schools in Grand Forks. 52% didn't support adding existing school buildings and closing others. Still, the consultants said the most expensive option would be to do nothing and have to fix infrastructure problems retroactively. School board members have said they're months away from making a final building plan for the future. Meet Cameron Winkler, a 9-year-old with a lot of opinions about Star Wars.
The only one that I've only seen part of is Revenge of the Sith, because that one's rated PG-13 and it's pretty inappropriate.
Here, Cameron got to meet some of his favorite characters on a Star Wars cruise, thanks to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. His mom says having his wish fulfilled was a great bonding experience for the entire family.
When you have a child that has a life-threatening illness or condition, you kind of, you look at, one day at a time or one surgery at a time or one procedure at a time sometimes. And the fact that we were able to, count down looking forward to that trip and Cameron getting a wish granted, it just was a huge blessing for him and for our entire family.
You can learn more about Cameron and the program that made his wish come true tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10. March is on its way, and now is the perfect time to get a jump on your spring cleaning. Home Helpers Services has some advice. First, start cleaning in well-used areas of your home, such as the kitchen and living room. For your microwave, they suggest you spray your cleaner inside the unit and then microwave it for 30 seconds to make it easy to wipe out. Window tracks can be cleaned easier with a paintbrush to get in all the small cracks. Finally, think of getting to areas that are used but never cleaned.
The tough spots usually are inside the cupboards, inside the drawers. Think of all the stuff that falls in there. Then you just kind of cover it up with your utensils or your cookware. So you definitely want to get in there, and things spill in there. So that's definitely a place to get in there and really deep clean with some heavy duty cleaner.
For more tips, go to valleynewslive.com and look for this story. The Red Pepper in Grand Forks has been plagued by a specific type of burglar. However, now it seems the thief is trying to apologize. Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin has how presumably guilt-ridden one customer, trying to ask for forgiveness.
Everyone knows where University Avenue turns to downtown Grand Forks is one of the hottest spots in town.
Cheese tostadas, the soup during the winter. Everybody's cold, they always want the soup.
The Red Pepper.
Grinder, obviously.
For many, it's not just the food that keeps them coming back.
A ranch with a twist to it.
And nobody knows what's really in it. It's just excellent.
You gotta get the white sauce. It's the best thing here. It's what Red Pepper's known for.
It's a secret recipe. I think the whole town knows it's a secret recipe. It's not a secret that it's a secret, but a lot of people think they know what's in it.
Roy Alexander says there's no way people have the exact recipe.
Gotta use our special ingredients, love.
Roy is thankful he works the day shift. Red Pepper is one of the few joints open later than some of the downtown bars on the weekend.
They're all hammered, making bad decisions.
He says it's then you have to keep an eye on the white sauce.
We usually let a few bottles out at a time, and the next thing you know, you see someone run out the door with it.
You actually see people?
Oh, yeah.
You ever try to chase them down?
It's not worth it. It's a bottle of white sauce.
While sauce snatching isn't that uncommon,
like people telling their friends, like, oh, my friend stole one, but no one's ever brought him back.
Until now.
That's exactly how I found it. What is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white bottles?
An anonymous video on Instagram shows someone returning empty white sauce bottles.
Oh, that's a lot of bottles for someone to steal, yeah.
Roy then took this pic, the Red Pepper responding with their own post saying, it's not really stealing if you bring it back, right?
They must have felt guilty, I guess.
The bottles are now back, and Roy's reaction?
Kind of savage, I guess. They just come back, steal our sauce, and give it back to us.
And if you do need white sauce in bulk, they do sell 16-ounce containers for just $4.
Good to go. Have a nice day.
From Grand Forks, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
The Red Pepper is expecting a packed house, that one in Grand Forks, this weekend because it's the last home series for UND hockey. Employees say they have a full squad ready to keep an eye on the white sauce. Amazon puts a ring on it, making a deal with a popular smart doorbell. That's still ahead tonight.